Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Kyoko. And today we are putting keywords. For this discussion, I thought maybe coming to the club would probably be our best fit with this conversation. This conversation is something I've been thinking about for a long time. Okay, so as you know, I'm a lesbian in second line, not only in second line, but um, in real life. So I wanted to kind of like just talk about it briefly. Hopefully we can have fun discussions in the comments. But this is the one I posted a while ago, and that's what I'm gonna start doing from now on. Is when I want to talk about something. I'm going to make a reel on TikTok because this one video is long overdue. So the question I have for y'all is, why do women who identify as straight in real life choose male avatars to pursue relationships with women in second life? So that was one of the big questions I kind of had. I've always had it, always been curious to know why people do that or why women do that. They don't consider themselves a lesbian, like they wouldn't act on it in real life. They'll act on it in virtual life. Which it could lead to a couple of factors. They're not fully out, or they just. But I feel like, and this is my kind of opinion on it. Um, this is my um. What's gonna say? I feel like we are too old to be experimenting still, and that at the ages that we all are, I'm sure most of us that play second line, we are way too old to be experimenting or figuring out what our sexuality is. Like. Um, I would say you probably by the early 20s, you know what you're attracted to. Me personally, I haven't laid with a man since. Let me see. I take that back. I haven't laid with a man fish like back in 2024. But as you now know, I find it relaxing now that I can say that it's an experience I'll never. It's just because no shade to the men that do watch me or I don't have nothing against me. I just know it's time for me. Um, and I think that's for all of us who are lesbians or bisexual. Bisexuals don't count, but really us lesbians who really like to know and stand in what we want or a partner, right? Not even a partner, but we're comfortable in our sexuality, right? And I say that because I now dress a certain way. Here I can dress feminine because it's my second life, but my real like life day to day, I don't. I would never wear something like this. Um, I thought about getting a male outfit, but I'm like, it's kind of too late for that because I put so much time into building. If you watch my old videos, we went from male to Kaya to now Kyoko. So I feel like I put too much time into it, and now that I have kids, I feel like it's definitely too late. Um, I feel like males are hardest to dress. That's just my opinion. Males are hard to dress. Girls, we know all what we like. I feel like males are harder to dress. Males are harder to put together, if that makes sense. Down to the anatomy, it's way harder than a female, right? And with us, we can we can do makeup and we can sit pretty and that type of thing. Um, but also know I won't find like a um what's gonna say the reason why I'm not playing the music because it is copyrighted and again I don't want on getting flagged, but hopefully it doesn't play no music plays. Um, but that was just a conversation I started. But we can continue. So this isn't about creating anymore. People create avatars for many different reasons, and we can't know someone's story by just looking at the avatar. But I do think it's a. I think it's also, in a sense, too, it's like misleading. If you know you're not going to do it in your real life, why would you try to do it in your? Like I said, it's a different factors. A lot of people just haven't come out yet, but I feel like in your 20s, early 30s, you would know by now. Personally, I know by personally. I don't even deal with it in my virtual life. Um, I do have a couple of guys. Like it was this one guy that I kind of I'm gonna say in a nice way. I kind of avoid hanging out with. on a basis because he knows I'm this way. It's in my bio. If you ever add me, it's in my bio. You will know. And he would just do no. I'll take it back. I work for his sister, and it reminds me when you come to 5 a.m. or you leave IMVU, and the first thing as a grown man, you tell somebody that obviously, um, you know, and I don't mind like coming to the house and chill, but I understand how late it was after the fact, so that is also my fault because I also do be eager to hang out with people in my role play, and it just after that, like he would blow me up, and that's why I feel like I don't really do it now because it's supposed to be strictly work. It's not. We can hang out on a level, but as far as like, far as okay, so as far as like building a relationship, it will never be. Um, and I keep telling that, and maybe, and this is why you guys, because I'm not explaining it right, or I don't know, but a couple of times he'll ask me like, "Oh, hey, you wanna cuddle?" And I'm like, "No, bro. Like we're coworkers. In my defense, we're coworkers, and I know what I like. And I'm not gonna change for anybody. I'm not gonna switch because you think it's or the kicker is, oh, this is be like you just need the right man. To me, I feel like that's disrespectful to me, almost in a way. Um, like don't get me wrong, I do have some male friends that are they're really really chill. So again, to the male audience, it's just the weirdos like that come across that it quickly like it turns me off completely. And I made it for my safety too is he can't show up at the the podcast room. They say like I do have that, but he can't show up there because it's sometimes like when my mouth moves, right? And I think a lot of it's like it makes me feel like I'm talking to y'all. The only reason why he had Planet QoS is because I do like this clip. I think this clip's like 24 hours, and they always have nice little stuff like that. I wore this yesterday, so I need to go home and change. And actually, just a couple of days ago when I first came back, and I just haven't changed it. Um, it weirded me out for a moment. But let's get into it. Question one: why do people choose avatars of different? There are probably many reasons. Some people enjoy role play. Some like telling stories. Some may be experiencing their identity or gender expression in a space where they feel safe. Others might feel others really enjoy the criteria second life offers. So yeah, with that being said, you don't know how many times I've been seeing fairies, what's them horses with the you a minotaur, or I've been seeing a lot of furries being here, and they just be dancing, obviously because, and again, this is taken away completely from the fact about homosexuality, but second life you can be creative. I didn't see. I'm not trying to be funny. I didn't see men and female avatars because it's easier to dress a woman compared to a man. I don't know what it is with Second Life. Second Life don't cater to the men really like that. Maybe in my personal opinion, because every label within the men's booths are a little bit smaller compared to the women. So I understand that aspect of why men would want versus women. But I've seen some pretty women that are like males. They have made their female avatars really, really pretty, and you would have never known until you got on my. So I'm not opposed to that, right? I'm not opposed to that, but so yeah, I'm not opposed to that because I had a couple of friends that do it. I actually need to go back through my friend list and remove a lot of people, not in, but remove it this year. I'm starting fresh. Just because I really the people that's on my friend list, I really don't talk to them like that. So I feel like again in those scenarios, people add people because they're in a party but they're not talking to you. So I'm gonna go back and do that, work on that, probably offline. Um, for me, I think it's important not to assume we know people's reasons. Every person's journey is different. So yeah, everybody's journey is different. Again, this is not a video to bash people because life is what you make it, and that's the beauty in Second Life. I think that's why a lot of people transition from IV to Second Life because way back when, before I even knew about Second Life, I had been playing IV for years. I never really found an adult themed like role. Not it's not a role play system. It's just like I was like because of course you had Me's, you had We World, you had Twinkie, you had Our World, you had a whole you had most of the childhood, right? But as in like early adult, I never really had that. Had I known about Second Life, probably when I was 18, 19, but I would have been pushing out videos years ago if I had known about Second Life. I didn't know about Second Life until 2024, missed COVID, when I had my HP and I was trying to make videos. If you're a long time viewer, you know what you know when I first started. I think now I'm getting starting to get better. People, how can I say this? I've seen people now that have come to my channel and they notice like the audio. So it's still things I'm working on. Me personally, I'm still working on the audio. Like noise in our work, but a lot of people can't hear me. So I try to talk loud, or I try to, you know, I try to talk loud as I can, as possible as I can. But sometimes that always don't work. And I'm grateful for those tips and stuff like that. Um, and for those tips, it's for real. So the next question is: dating through an avatar just a role play, or does it become emotionally real? I have personally mixed opinions on this. I know when I first started SL, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm still recording. Okay, I wanted, from my personal experience, when I first joined SL, I was with someone in hard because when you play Second Life, you don't expect to catch real feelings unless you're like a hardcore like lover person, right? So I remember way back when I first started back in like when did I first start playing? I think it was the 16th. When I first started playing back in like a couple of years ago in 2024 when I first started playing, I I had the lazy body. But your first avatar isn't as great as it is now unless okay, you get lucky like I said, if you book Bella right on the spot and see I didn't know about Bella back then compared to now. I didn't know Bella back then. I didn't even know back then. And it was one girl I was I had back up. What the avatar I have now, the avatar that I have now, I did not know back then in 2024. So I'm still wearing the legacy body, and I'll never forget it. And I still wear these braids. I still have these braids, but it was like I was trying to go for a brown skin Abby because of course I'm black in real life. I wanted more brown skin Abby, but it was a legacy body, and she wasn't bad. The first, well, it was bad, and I remember my best friend sticks to this day. We hang out from time to time, and that is how um I was gonna say. Okay, so that is okay. So how we ended up meeting my ex was we were at this. It was a place called. Well, I don't think it still exists no more, but it was a place called Sinful City where you would go. It's like it reminds me of like the hood, right? Because it was that rundown, but that's the landscape. That's what it was, and everybody got a grandma that's always selling food. And my friend, we was experimenting. We was on mic and we was just experimenting like stuff, right? Um, we was experimenting stuff. One day we was on mic and we just went there, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all have those, those grandma older people that's role playing like some place, but I do believe she was selling plates for like real cheap. But at the time, I did not know nothing about L's. I knew nothing about at the time. I did not know anything about L's. And my ex, she, even though she wasn't in Mel Abbey, she bought us our first plate of food, and then they had just progressed program there into like us talking, exchanging real life numbers at the time, Zoom and Instagram. Then one day, I I one day didn't even know she had a problem with me from because me I'm not I can be a mic girly sometimes. 9 times out of 10 I'm not because I'm always working on other stuff. And when I low key be singing, I don't want people to think I'm weird when I'm working on stuff. And sometimes I found peace in just not really being on mic at that like that sometimes. Sometimes it'd be super late where I don't really be on mic like that. Like right now, I'm recording videos because I have nothing else to do right now. Until probably tomorrow is when I'll probably ask my boss if there's any extra shift this week that I can like take up, you know, which hopefully he says yes, because your girl has been home since like last week. I've been home since last week. And yeah. So we got to the point where we were exchanging numbers and all of that until one day I did not know she had a problem with me because my thing is, let me back up. So she took me to a resort, but she did not tell me like I was meeting her parents or nothing like that. She never told me, right? She never brought that up to me. So when I get there, I'm not I see people, but I'm not, how can I say it? Like I wasn't really focused on it, right? Because I did not know. Um so she took that and she ran with it as me being disrespectful. Mind you, I knew nothing about us. There was no part like of us talk because I would have had my avatar fixed. At that point, I had started to know about Bella. I had started to know about a little bit about Untrell as I was going through things, right? And one day I found out, it's actually through Instagram. I ended up finding out that she had a whole nother girlfriend and didn't even tell me about it. And it broke my heart a little bit because it showed, people really don't care on here. It went from us talking every day, exchanging real life pictures to I end up seeing it and like I end up getting blocked from certain and then and people can be mean, very, very mean. Um and she said everything she felt about me. Um so it has become emotionally real. I remember that night crying. I remember like being on the phone crying to my friend still to this day, my best friend that still plays. I remember just crying and telling her she actually went off on me, off on her because as a partner, for anybody, you're not gonna be with somebody for like a long period of time. You should definitely tell them. You should definitely let them know, right? So it does become emotional sometimes. Um, and this is where things get interesting. Even if two avatars are dating, the people behind those avatars are real. If you're talking every day, spending hours together, flirting, sharing personal experiences, building the trust, those emotions become very real. The avatars may be virtual, but the feelings aren't always. Yeah, so like I said, we went from talking every day into just flirting and getting to kind of know each other, and then having to experience that now when it comes to dating now, or like trying to get back into the dating field. Obviously, after having kids, 3 kids, not in real life, but in my virtual life, um, it is harder because sometimes the lesbians they're a little bit older, or they have kids already. They don't want to start all the way over that young. Or some of it just is sexual need. But I'm gonna say, hopefully, I am talking to somebody in here, and we've been kicking it for a couple of days now. We actually played for 2 days now. I like our chemistry. She knows I have 3 kids. They're all under the age of 3. They're all under the age of 2. Sorry. So she knows I am a mother. But I also do like the time that we do spend together. Like the other night, we ended up playing cheesy till like 4, almost 1 in the morning. 4 in the morning. We actually was supposed to go to this club yesterday, but I don't know, Second Life wasn't like allowing me to see who was on and who was on. So the miscommunication got a little weird. And so hopefully today or tonight, hopefully, we're able to hang out officially. Um this time without no interruptions, really. because last night I did party up until that point by myself. And then I get on today and I see all the messages blowing up. So I'm gonna say that to in question two. I'm gonna say that, like, if you know you're not really looking for somebody, like, how can I say? Please put, if you use social media, just say SL only. Don't get it on SL and ruin people's experience of trying to actually trying to find true love on here, because it does happen. My parents, I want to say they're no longer together, but I feel like my dad really loved my mom, and when things no longer work out, the other party can become very bitter. And this is the second time this has happened to him. This is why, like, it will always forever be us, because I feel like his first marriage did it to him, and now this is his second marriage that kind of did him to live like that. And then I am gonna say we did have our first clash, but that was like a year ago. But I also learned my place for that too, because he is my father, and to realize that in a sense, um, unfortunately, I'm not as close as my other. Like, I'm not as close as I would like to be with my other, parts of my family. I do want to get them more involved, but I think it's just hard because my dad isn't on here anymore. Okay, so question three: where's the line between virtual relationships and emotional infidelity? I think every relationship has different boundaries. Some couples see virtual dating as harmless role play. Others may feel that if romantic feelings are involved, or the relationship is being hidden, it's crossed the line. For me, honest, honesty matters more than the platform. If it if something has been kept secret from your partner, it's worth asking why. And so yeah, typically I don't date. I now know from experience not to take my relationship out of that stuff. Again, I'm single in real life and in my personal virtual life. Still navigating it. Um, still still navigating. I'm trying to get a little bit better, but I'm also knowing that the depression is still real. Like, I'm still sleeping 90% of the day. I thought today I'd just get up and record, honestly, since the week was over. And I feel like, when I was in that relationship with that partner, that person, I never took anything outside of SL. Like, I'm gonna say she knew I was playing it, but it wasn't to be on her dating or looking for nobody, because it wasn't really like that. Again, I'm not saying you'll never see these people and stuff like that. Again, she knew I was playing it for the most part. Sometimes she would even watch. She might not understand what the game is called, or she might not even understood it, but she didn't know, like, I dress like this. But, and for me personally, I wouldn't dress like how I dress now. So I would say, hmm, I never really hid it from her. I never really hid it from her. Yes, if people got too romantically involved, like, I would say, if I knew feelings were progressing a little bit, I would tell them, like, hey, I got a partner in real life. This can't go no further than virtual. And most people, they just looking for a role play wife or a role play girlfriend. They're not looking for something serious. Not saying it can't happen in the future, but I feel like when those two worlds cross paths, like, I feel like if you know you have a partner in real life, don't try to play second life as a way to start cheating, because again, I've seen people in relationships that had real life girlfriends because they play SL and they have girlfriends on here. That relationship kind of sometimes could not get to the point where the person is giving out their real, like, personal information, social media, and just stuff like that. And it becomes blurred because, again, you're trying to build someone. You're with someone in real life, but you're secretly building something in a virtual life. You know, I think with those, it crosses a boundary almost. It crosses a boundary in a way. And so, with that being said, just don't do it. Okay. Should spouses or partners know about romantic interactions in virtual worlds? Personally, in my personal opinion, I definitely do. Just because. I have a second life Instagram, but it was only for the podcast page. Some way, somehow, I turned it into my second life account. Just because I've had accounts over the years and they kept getting deleted. They kept getting deleted. So I wanted to just make a new account. Again, not to post something raunchy, no videos, no nothing. Really just reels now. But from personal experience, I feel like partners should know. Um, because it also could be a form of cheating. I don't know. Maybe to me, it feel like it could be a form of cheating. Like you got a partner in real life, but you got partners on here. Maybe that's just my personal experience. Um, Not because everyone has to agree on the same boundaries, but because healthy relationships are built on communication. If your partner will feel hurt, find out later. Having that conversation beforehand shows respect. I feel like I've never really met a lot of women that play virtual games like I do, right? I have gamer friends that are women that play like Fortnite and that type of stuff. But if I was to sit down and play Second Life 24 hours a day, right? This is just hypothetically. If I was rich, right? I'm playing it 24 hours a day. And again, the page, the Instagram, you got, different women calling me babe and stuff like that. I think that's a different conversation. So I don't bring it up in my real life because I haven't gotten to that point yet. But even if I did, I would kind of just say like, hey, I play a game. I play a game called Second Life, and you might see, you know, women or men calling me that, but I have no romantic feelings for them. For them, sorry. Um, so definitely I try to bring it up hopefully when I start seriously dating again. And now I am not because I'm still going through what I'm going through now, and obviously it's the new year. But I'm still trying to work on myself. But I feel like when I get to a point where I'm seriously starting to date again, well, obviously I'm still looking. I'm looking. Um, but want somebody to bring back my spark. I want to say that because right now I don't have my spark. I could show you guys my face, which I want to do. I wanted to also do face game videos as well. Like me playing video games such as like either on Twitch and here. But then I feel like y'all wouldn't really be interested in it. I don't know. I've seen people do it. I've seen people say, "Oh, you should," so people know what they're talking to. But you guys also have my real life Instagram page too. So you, I try not to post on there as often because when I go on there, it is really depressing. You can show that I'm going through something right now. So I try not to post on it often. I don't think I have. I don't. Oh yeah, I think I just posted one TikTok and I haven't been back on that page since. But I use it now just in case. I still have Instagram. Hey, I have a partner. We taking pictures. We're able to tag each other. So I keep hopefully, will it. Um, does animosity encourage people to express part of themselves they went online? I think it definitely can. I think it can. And I think, how can I say this without feeling sad? So my last partner, she made me feel ugly, right? And so I created these avatars. Not saying that I'm ugly now, but she made me feel well. I don't know. Um, she made me feel so ugly that I started creating or getting these avatars made to feel beautiful. And if you all know, um, speaking from existence now and trying to still get through it. Um, if I've ever been on this, I could make a real life story. I'm gonna do a whole video on it. Man. We'll do a whole video. Oh man. Um, Virtual worlds give people the freedom to explore who they are without the pressures of how they may feel in real life. For some people, that's healing. For others, it's simply creative expression. Yep. So my avatars are creative expressions. Or a lot of people like to say it's my arsenal because every day I have a different look. I have something different. No avatar is ever the same. I actually use ChatGPT to make fix up my um profile up here because if you know me, if you have had me in world or you added me in world, which I'm probably gonna start linking too if y'all ever want to connect and stuff. I do try to promote myself on Instagram and TikTok, which I'm want to start doing. I still really want to get back into that, so people can see. I see. But yeah. Okay. So my last question for you guys: how much of an avatar reflects the person behind the keyboard? I don't think there's one answer. Some avatars are completely fictional. Others are reflection of someone which they could be. And sometimes avatar reveals a person's personality always come out every day. So yeah. Um I can agree with that because obviously I wouldn't dress like this in real life. Um I do feel um it reveals my personality sometimes. Sometimes I'm still shy, I'm still timid. Even sitting here recording sometimes I still get that feeling. I don't wish I could dress like this every day. I don't wish like it. Again, if it had to been on the other foot, if it had, because had I known what I know now, I probably would have made an avatar, a male avatar way back when. But again, like I said, it's way harder to dress. In my opinion, it is way harder to dress a male than it is to dress a female because obviously we're able to accessorize, we're able to add makeup, and so and add wigs, pretty stuff to it, make ourselves look nice, presentable. And I think it comes with that being said. Um, I actually, well, I was thinking about it too. I wanted to make. I don't know if I'm gonna have a whole different playlist, but I wanted to show y'all again this app that I've been using. It's called Thunder. It's a newly updated. It matches you, not matches you, but it's kind of reminding me of Tinder. But I don't know what like where I would put it. Like in YouTube, in YouTube's retrospect, I don't know where I would put it. You see, I don't even know what playlist I would put it. Um, it could go in Life of Kaya because it is part of my life. Um, or Kaya's like variety vault. I'm still thinking about. Let me see. What's that? Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna make a whole new playlist called Thunder Diaries. That way, if I want to play, we can. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna actually make a playlist called Thunder Diaries. That way, anything um relating to that app will honestly be because I thought about it because I keep like getting messages on there and it's actually a good little app if you know what you're doing. It's actually a good little app. Um, wait, we're just and say, okay, I do like this one. So yeah, I was not trying to be distracted. I really wasn't. I was not trying to be distracting, but now I'm about to sit here and truly make one, make this. But yes, but yeah, back to what I was saying. Let me see. I actually gotta go. Do I gotta go all the way back? I don't think I gotta. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Lucky wanted to figure out why I can't. I don't. Since it's like now in my head, now I'm gonna try to do it. See, I gotta remember. Gotta remember how you can make a playlist on here. Gotta remember how you can make a playlist on YouTube because I gotta remember. I know some way somehow you can do it. Let me see. What is it here? I gotta see. Is it here? Um, I gotta remember. I think I nope. I thought I found it. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to do nothing to. I don't want to delete the channel. I actually do want to start doing lives again. Like I want to, I actually want to start back getting into to lives again. Um, um, but back to what I was saying. Shit, not shit, but like I'm really trying to remember how to do it because I don't think I could because I thought if I did went into the YouTube like creator portal, it would do it. Not creator portal. Sorry, it's not the creator portal. It's something. I thought if I went here, it would do it, but I feel like I do it on my laptop. But actually, let me see. Where is it? Okay, so I might have to actually um I actually gotta actually might have to do it on my laptop. Okay, let me scroll all the way. But I since we're on the topic of thunder, I wanted to kind of just get at it. But I'm going to figure that out once I wrap up this video too. I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, my last question. Truly my last question. I ain't see it. Okay, are people seeking escape, experimentation, community, or something else? Honestly, I think it's all of the above. Some people come to Second Life because they're lonely. Some come for friendship. Some come for love. Some come to express themselves. Some come to escape the stress of everyday life and simply to have fun. Everyone's reason is different. So I can relate to being lonely sometimes. That's why I think I party so much on here is because I feel like, my real life right now is very lonely. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not dating. And I think I spend my time here making Abby's or not making Abby's per se, but recording videos for the most part until I'm able to get back into starting dating seriously. Um, friendships are beautiful here. If you meet the right people, that's when I see like Second Life videos or like not videos, Second Life TikToks, I don't even be tripping because people play because some people probably do have disabilities in real life that prohibit them from like walking, actually making friends. So I feel like, in my personal opinion, I feel like Second Life will never shut down because of making money. This is how. I'm not gonna say never because every chapter, every story has an ending, right? But I don't think Second Life will close anytime soon because the people obviously, some people that I still watch, their whole is based off Second Life or they're the games, but mostly when they come back to Second Life, they are um they are talking about different stuff. They are doing videos again. Probably when I get paid this week, I am going to try to do a shop video for Mama Nick about it because I have nothing for Mama Nick about it, and that's why I can't have worn it. That's why I haven't did the plan because I don't have any for as of yet. Um, so with that being said, um, yeah, so I come on here for this, the customers and some today's a lonely photo here. They can like to love. You can find love on here. Like I said, the person that I am talking to, I'm not gonna say we in love, but we just, we've been talking. I'm gonna say probably about 2 days on and off. Like I said last night, we were supposed to hang out. We were supposed to come actually back to this club. We were supposed to come back. So we did not end up getting to the club, and she lets me call her. I don't know why she lets me call her this, but she lets me call her my life. But if I was to see her, she's tall compared to my Abby's short. So again, this is a beautiful thing. Second Life is a beautiful thing. If you are looking for love on here, you will, when the time's right. When not when the time's right, with good timing, you could meet them. Hell, probably two women here coming back up here. But we didn't obviously. We didn't. Well, no. The one girl I met last night, we chilled for a little bit because she was up and she had to be working for like 4 hours. Um, but like I said, you can find love on here. Don't be opposed to it. I know a lot of people say you hear horror stories, but you have some that have actually took their relationship here in Second Life, and some have even settled down and have kids. They know this game. They got married on here and got married in real life. And I think I've seen other stories about it too. So again, if you join Second Life, it is a beautiful blessing in disguise. You never know who you. My final thoughts as a lesbian, I don't know what's the big issue, whether someone uses an avatar. The big question are about honesty, respect, transparency, and expectations as you set in a relationship. Yes, some women that don't like, they don't won't have a feminine avatar because of how their voice sounds, right? And okay, hell, I wish I could have no voice, not no voice, but a male avatar because how my voice sound. I don't feel like I sound feminine. But yeah. End of the day, that every else is a real person with real emotions. So yeah, just you know, just be. I want to say like this: respect people in their time, especially if they let you into their virtual life and they're new to it themselves. They've been playing it for years. Um, just be nice, really. Not be nice, but give people respect. I want to say it like that because they're showing their life with you. Um, I don't. We haven't gotten to the point where this person. I'm gonna say, me and this person have not got to the point where I would tell her that I did you, but I do it for funsies. People think I'm doing like for real. No, I just do it for funsies. And those who watch, I didn't even realize during my break we reached 260. The goal was 250. But because of y'all and because of y'all keep sharing my videos or the fact that I keep sharing my videos on like Discords and stuff, self promotions, right? Never thought anybody would sit down and watch it just because it's a girl talking about her second life. But I want people to enjoy the game, what it is, and try to hopefully find something too. So here's my question for you. So here's my question with you, and I hope we can talk about it in the comments. If someone identifies their real life but uses a new avatar to present an image, how do you see it? Is it harmless roleplay, a form of self-discovery, or something that can have real emotional consequences? I'd rather hear your perspective in the comments. Let's keep the conversation respectful because everyone experiences it differently. Um, if you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for second line conversations, and I'll see you. Yes, I will see you on my next video. Bye, besties.